Alright, today guys we're going to look at decimals and what is a decimal. We've done fractions. Fractions, say let's go with 2/10 for this video. 2/10 is a fraction. Yes, it can be reduced. We're going to leave it alone right now. We're not even touching it. We just want to use it as a representation for this video is as an example of what is not a decimal. A fraction is a partial of 1. It is less than 1. Unless you go into mixed fractions, which then you have 1 and a partial, or 2 and a partial, whatever your whole number is there. Well, decimals are the same type of deal. They're partials. They're not one whole. To write this out into a fraction, or I'm sorry, a decimal, we would have 0.2. If you look here, we have 0 in the ones place, our decimal, and then 2 in the tenths place. This here is your place value chart that's very useful for decimals, even lining up regular numbers. It doesn't have to be just decimals, because if you remember before, we used a place value chart with ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. You notice a pattern here. We have ones, tenths, hundredths, and the next one would be thousandths, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is what is a decimal. To insert this into the place chart, I'll show you up here. Like I said, we have our decimal, 2/10. So although these are equal, they are not both decimals. One is a fraction, one is a decimal. They are both parts of a whole. And with decimals, it's fun and makes it a little more more relevant when you look at decimals as money. So say this is money, so we have 20 cents. So that's the same thing as this decimal is up here. It's the same number in our place value chart. If you just throw a dollar sign in front of it, you see it. Not all problems are going to be about money though. For the most part, what we see will have some money, but not a lot. So that is a decimal. Think of that as 2 dimes or 20 pennies. Okay, so that should help out with the decimals, and we will look at comparing them and ordering them and putting them on a place value chart and figuring out what is greater and what is not greater.